Good morning, beautiful people. Hoping this message finds you well and safe. If you've ever been in a room with me where I've been invited to serve, you know that I have a general practice of not allowing Google or dictionaries in my space. And there's a very specific reason for that because how about when you're with me, no matter what I ask you, you're not wrong. Your answer is just incomplete. So there's no need to worry about being right or wrong. What that's rooted in fairness, is the era I inherited. But it's also rooted in a skill. And what I'm about to do is either a reminder of or an introduction to a skill. It's so simple and yet so complex. Rotary phone. Here we go. Just stick with me on this. Hello? Hello? Is so-and-so home? That's it. I want to talk about that for a second. Excuse me. I arrive at this intersection with you believing that a lot of the challenges and problems we're having with one another is we talk too much. We talk too much. There's a whole lot of things that we are now divided over simply because we talked about it in a way that was not personal nor direct. And the irony is, sorry, you're following this on social media, but social media is not the problem. It is a catalyst of the problem. So let me give you two very explicit examples. And I'm going to tell you right up front, if you've never met me, I'm not going to argue with you about it. Here we go. Critical race theory, employee resource groups. What does one have to do with the other? Nothing. Here's the problem. We decided to put a name to the thing we've all been learning our whole life. So this is why conversations about critical race theory with me, especially for a person who wants to argue about it, doesn't go the way you think, because it starts with a question. What happened to you when you learned it? What happened to you when you learned it? We've been learning critical race theory our whole life. It was only a problem when we stopped doing this, picking up the phone, having direct conversations with people, and decided to put it on social media where there's no direct personal conversation about it at all. Employee resource groups. Now, I am singling them out for this reason. To be clear, definitely understand them, definitely support them, definitely understand the conflict that arises when you create one. Here's the thing. Once upon a time, when you got that job, you did whatever human beings naturally do. You look for your people. You look for your people, right? And your people either eat what you eat, look like you look, live where you live, enjoy what you enjoy, work in your department, whatever it is. We've had ERGs our whole life. The problem was we named them. So now a person says, I don't think we should have separate groups for groups of people, completely ignoring the fact we've been doing that our whole life. We just gave it a name. Today, I find myself like in this weird conflict on whether or not to jump into the conversation. So this is my clever way of doing it, right? As a black man, all I've heard my whole life, at least in the United States, especially with young black boys from central cities, you need male role models. You need mentors. You need big brothers. Okay, great. So then we set up an announcement for that group to come meet the group or the people you say we need. And now the message is that's divisive. Hey, Miss Thomas, I am Alonzo Kelly. I would very much like to meet your son tomorrow at school. Okay, great. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Murphy, my name's Alonzo Kelly. I am the new fill in the blank at school. I would very much like to meet your son at school tomorrow. Okay, great. I don't care if you got to do that 50 times. Once upon a time, you picked this thing up. It was a direct conversation, but now let's post a big banner for the world to read without any direct understanding of what it's about. And say, all people of fill in the blank can get together. I'd like to meet you, which makes it look like nobody else is welcome. And that's why we have a problem. It sounds like I'm all over the place. Let me tie all these together. 1. Please embrace a skill you've always had today. Please do not use social media to have a direct conversation with somebody. Once upon a time, you had to call them one by one, talk to them directly. 2. Stop talking so much. Stop labeling things. Stop giving it names. Just let it be what it is and teach to it. Here's the crazy part. Critical race theory. I'm going to just stay in this pool for a minute. Y'all act like we stopped teaching it. Still teach it. Just don't call it that. Okay? Look how wonderful life is. 3. In my experience, I am more likely to show up to a place where a person called me directly than sent me a banner through social media as if it's like a dog whistle that I'm supposed to come run into. You want me there? You got to call me directly. That's back to that day. So please give yourself permission, everybody, to just call somebody directly. Do not use labels and banners and taglines as an invitation. Pick up the phone and call somebody directly. I do remember calling somebody who had access to somebody and asked them for their phone number, or will you please bring them with you? It was just that simple. So with that, I do hope this message is finding you all well and safe and healthy and patient and diligent. I hope it is finding you willing to pick up the phone and talk to somebody directly. I also hope it finds you not labeling things and giving things names. Just let it be what it is and enjoy it for that. And of course, I hope it finds you thinking. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you next time.